You might recognize Kathy Affrunti, that's right, because she recently had a segment on this show for her Art of Pilates. And we've got such great feedback that I said, oh, come on down because we would like to do an instant replay. So, hey, it's Donna Drake and Kathy Affrunti. So tell us about your you have two locations, right?
Yes,
so
I
Art
do.
of Pilates, tell us about the one that's out east. What's happening with that location?
That is super exciting. We just opened up about a year ago in September. So we're doing great. It's in Huntington, having so much fun. And then I have another location in Greenville as well.
Okay, so now the Greenville location and the Huntington location, both similar equipment, similar classes?
It is very similar. It's a small group class, 8
Okay.
to 9 reformers, not a big group, so that the instructors are really able to give you some one-on-one attention. So it's great like that.
What made you fall in love with Pilates?
Oh my goodness. Well, for one thing, we have doctors that refer people to us because it is so therapeutic. I like to say it's like PT on steroids.
Okay.
Now, it's not steroids at all anyway, but I'm saying it really, it seems to be so therapeutic. I had a woman just last week, she walked in the door and she was telling me about how much she loves Pilates. And she's like, I was only able to hinge this far, but after the class, she was able to touch her toes.
Wow.
Her back was that messed up when she walked in, and she was that much more relieved because it's a matter of stretching and also you're strengthening, definitely strengthening, but you're also stretching and causing, a more flexible body. So
one of the biggest comments I had about the segment after people watched it was that they didn't realize that you can use equipment. Yeah. They thought that Pilates was some sort of maybe a form of ballet where they were just doing movement and they didn't really truly understand the balance and all the technique that goes and the core strength that you need.
Well, it's a really fun machine. Where can you go to do leg squats laying down? It tricks your mind. You're like, okay, I'm laying down, I'm very comfortable, but I'm also doing leg squats. So the machine is a carriage and it moves with you, whether your feet are on the foot bar, whether your feet are in straps and you've got, rotation going along with your legs or whatever. So it is a machine. It's fun. It's a fun machine.
And what we did, which was a little different, is we had you kind of be the host. You were kind of the host for your own segment. So we're going to play that because we've just gotten such great response. Let's take a look.
Well, I am so excited to have Donna Drake here and her crew to come into our studio, but I'm even more excited to be able to share. A couple of my instructors have great stories and I would love for other people to be inspired by them. So Lisa, tell us how you got here and how you became a Pilates instructor and what inspired you.
Thank you, Kathy. Thank you, Donna Drake. My name is Lisa Wiggins and I got my Pilates certification in 2003. I was a preschool teacher before, so I taught for 17 years, and then I always had my side gig of reformer Pilates and mat Pilates with my clients. However, my story is after my second son was born, after nursing, I gained 80 pounds postpartum on top of the weight through pregnancy, finding myself over 220 pounds. And that moment of stepping out and seeing your body totally not the way you thought it was going to look was shocking. So I had to lose over 80 pounds, which took about 2.5, 3 years. And then through mat Pilates, followed by reformer, I was able to rebuild my core, heal the muscles that had separated during pregnancy, and really fine-tune my body to be in the best shape it's been even since I was a teenager. All because of reformer Pilates, especially the machines that we have here at our studio.
So, Kathy, tell us the journey for you. What made you decide to become an entrepreneur?
Well, everyone in my family is an entrepreneur, so I kind of had it in my blood, or at least I hope I did. I went through a divorce, and that changed things for me. I had been a stay-at-home mom for all of my married life, which was 30 years, and never worked. So when this new season of my life came along, I was like, okay, now what? What am I going to be when I grow up? And I had to dig myself out of a deep dark hole, actually. It was a process. It was a process of changing my stinking thinking.
Okay.
And I began to do that. And you know, I knew that I was not gonna work my way up in corporate at the age that I was. I was in my 50s.
Okay.
And so I decided to take what little money I had and invented a career for myself. I was $80,000 in debt. I, had a broken heart from another failed relationship. So it was a clamoring to get out of that deep dark hole. But I did it. I knew I could innovate my way out of it. So
Congratulations. What was the moment that you knew maybe things were going to be okay? Like, was there a moment where you said,
yes.
You could breathe, you could like exhale for once? What was that moment?
Recently. Only recently. Well, I was doing fine when I decided to buy Art of Pilates. It was an existing business in Greenville, and that's one of my first location. And I was doing pretty good, but then COVID hit, and that really set me back. But we went ahead and we ended up opening up outside. We got a tent, put all of our reformers outside, and we made it work.
Good for you.
But we were still struggling. And then in the midst of COVID, I was asking a good friend of mine, I said, what would you do if you were in my shoes? And he's like, I would open up another studio. And I said, well, that's what I've been wanting to do. So I did. I opened up pretty much at the end of COVID, and we've been open since September. But the day that I saw my financial situation turn around in Greenville, and then now here, I literally went into the corner and I was crying. I was like, I did it.
You made it through.
Yeah.
But you've also, I think you are a great role model now, right? For your children and also for everybody that loves coming to the Art of Pilates.
We have such a great group. The vibe here is just really high vibrational. It's just everybody's happy, everybody's glad to be here, and I'm a yes girl. I'm like, what do you want? Yes, I'll do that for you, because I want customer service means everything to me, and not only because I want to make them happy, but I'm making myself happy by making them happy. So it's just a happy place to be.
I've been in fitness for about 20 years, so I have a lot of certifications and just have a passion for fitness. And I started with just group exercise, and then I started to get more into the specialized. That's why my voice sounds lovely. I've been teaching a long time.
Too many classes.
So then I went for my yoga certification, and then I started Pilates, and then it was another journey and another certification. So it took me a couple of years.
You've been doing this for a while.
Yeah,
right?
I've been teaching Pilates Reformer for about 15 years.
Yeah. And it shows.
Yeah.
She's amazing. They call her Killer Miller because she will give you a workout.
And I love it. And every certification I got always made the next one better. Just made me a better instructor, because you have to learn about the anatomy and all the exercise modalities. And there was about 6 of us that went for it out of so many instructors. And I used to work at New York Sports Club before COVID, and there was just 6 of us out of like 1,000 instructors that went for this back 15 years ago. And I'm just so excited that the public has embraced Pilates so much, and Kathy opening up this place was fantastic. You think with COVID that it's all the fitness gets crushed, but actually with COVID, and I'm not going to talk too much about this, the boutique studios are doing so well because no one wants to be in big groups now, and this place is just taking off like crazy. So you've done a fantastic job.
Because of you.
Thank you.
And the rest of the wonderful instructors.
Yeah, we have great instructors here.
Thank you so much.
For sure. No, it's, everything in life is timing, and your timing was just fantastic for opening this.
Well, I guess so,
It's really,
because
really
people
good.
are loving it.
Yeah.
I haven't met a person who doesn't love Pilates, so I'm grateful.
So my style with Pilates, with the reformer, I'm classical, but I've gotten a little bit more edgy. You know, I like to keep a flow. Same way I teach yoga. I want a flow. I just want everyone to just move right into the next exercise. I want them to keep everything engaged. Don't lose the connection of the core. Burn it out, fatigue it, and that's the way I like to teach that way.
That's the name, Killer Miller.
Yeah, Killer Miller, but it's also a dance, which, you know, it's Joseph Pilates, you know, he brought this to the ballet world first. So there's a lot of exercises that are referenced after ballet poses. So it's a dance. It's a dance on the machine.
It is.
And
It is.
It's sexy
That one thing,
and
the
romantic.
Tinkerbell, whatever you call that thing, that I love that one. I love that one.
Yeah, I love that. Get that leg up and keep the core engaged. It's all good. It's really good. I love it.
Wonderful.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, Linda.
Yeah.
So that's a look once again at Art of Pilates. And I'm so glad that Kathy was, you know, because she lives here. You know, it's easier sometimes for those Long Islanders to come into our studio than it is for some of our guests that have to fly in even from out of the country. But she's a neighbor. So I said, come on down. And what were your thoughts today? Did you have a good time?
So much fun. I always enjoy hanging out with you. You're a fabulous person and just great energy. So yeah, it was a lot of fun. I'm enjoying it.
And great success stories. You were saying too, for people that have back problems, that this really can help them.
Yeah, it's not only, it strengthens the smaller muscles in that surround your back, your larger muscles in your back and in your core.
Okay.
But it, you know, so it's not only like a strength, because you are going to definitely build muscle definition, but it gets those muscles that you don't normally get to when you're just, you know, picking it up and putting it down kind of workout. And so many people, they come to me and they tell me that it's the only thing that really healed their back. So I don't have back issues. I can't speak to that.
Well,
but
maybe
the
because you did
clients do.
Pilates.
Well, that could be it.
Not only does she own the place, she's also a client of herself.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, I woke up today and I was a little stiff and I'm like, should I take an ibuprofen? But probably if I had the strength in my back, I could get rid of the ibuprofen.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
thanks, Kat.
So true.
Stay tuned for more. We've been living it up right here. We'd love to hear your Pilates story. Truly. Anywhere in the country, anywhere in the globe, if you have a success story, we'd love to hear about it. Please write to us.